more and more problems continue to pile up for the Knight. What is it? Knight Specialty Insurance Company is the official name of it. But that is the bond company that, of course, paid Donald Trump's $175 million bond for the fraud trial. And because there are so many questions about whether or not this company even has the money to pay the bond if Trump loses, Judge Arthur Engoron has, of course, scheduled a hearing for April 22nd with the bond company because they didn't give him financial information. And for the record, all of that happened at the end of last week. And in the time since, the Daily Beast sent their reporters out there and they uncovered a little bit more about this company that raises serious red flags to the prosecutors and the judge about this company's solvency. For example, this Knight Insurance Company, they're a California company, not a New York company. But according to the rules of the court, in the state of New York, for an insurance company to put up a bond, you actually cannot put up more than 10% of your solvency. Meaning, if you have $1 billion in the bank, the most you can put up in a bond would be $100 million, 10%. However, according to the financial records, it looks like this company only has $138 million in surplus, which means that would be 127% of the bond payment. Or the bond payment would be 127% of that total, excuse me. So, according to their own financial records, they don't have the money. But Knight Insurance, they swear they've got they say they've got $1 billion. We got $1 billion sitting in the bank there. And plus, of course, because we're not a New York company, we probably don't have to adhere to the 10% rule. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what happens when you go and tell the judge that, hey, we're not from around here, so we don't have to abide by the rules. It's going to be a fun argument, but I don't think it's going to be an effective argument. And those are just two, by the way, the solvency of the company and then, of course, the 10% rule. Those are just two of the massive issues that have arisen in the last 4 days with this company. Another one, and this is probably going to be a major one that actually could get the bond thrown out altogether, is that in the contract of the bond company, it clearly states that if Trump loses upon appeal, we're not going to pay. Trump has to pay, which negates the whole point of having an insurance company post the bond, right? I mean, the whole point of having the company do it is to say, if he loses, we have to pay, but then, of course, he has to pay us. They're just saying, look, we're just here to sign paperwork, okay? If he loses, he's going to pay you. We're not going to give you anything. You can't do that, okay? Let's make that abundantly clear. You can't do that. And here's the thing. If you think, well, I mean, the judge read it, the judge approved it, think again, folks. They didn't go through this paperwork, just like with the E. Jean Carroll trial. Remember? Donald Trump's bond company that put up the money added a clause into the contract that said, hey, oh, by the way, he also has 60 days to pay if he loses the appeal. The judge didn't know that at the time. It was pointed out by the plaintiff's lawyers, and they got it stricken upon a second hearing. So things are about to go from bad to worse for Donald Trump with this bond company. And if all these stories are accurate and their solvency is not there, there is an incredibly high likelihood that Donald Trump's bond will be revoked. And that's about to cause him some very serious financial headaches. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.